My name is Mechie Scherpereel. I'm a cocaine addict. I'm in recovery. I'm also the Senior Vice President of Sales at ViviHealth. I just want to make an in-your-face, blunt presentation of what these steps are and what happened in my life to experience that psychic change. Because that's the one thing that's required. I will quote the big book a lot because I've tried every other way to keep a needle out of my arms and nothing worked. I've tried the geographic location changes, I've tried the relationship changes, I've gotten incarcerated, none of it worked. I thought having a kid was going to make it better. Nothing works, right? Unless you have that entire psychic change. So I kind of want to break down these steps and what they do because I could really, share the war stories and share all the stuff that I went through and how many times I was incarcerated and what. It wouldn't keep anybody sober, it would just inflate the ego. My job here is to die of self. And by dying of self, it's when I'm found. This program is filled with so many paradoxes and set of conflicting ideas. To surrender, you actually gain strength, right? It doesn't make any sense. By giving and serving, you actually receive. Now, all these things I've learned throughout the years of recovery, and I can tell you that sometimes the hardest thing is the self-searching, is the leveling of pride, is the confession of shortcomings, which the process requires for its successful consummation. Breaking down step one is pretty simple for me. It's not easy, but it's simple. Step one, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol and that our lives had become unmanageable. But in between that step is a dash, and that dash is very powerful. See, that's representing two separate thoughts. I can admit all day that I'm powerless over alcohol. What has that gotten us? I've been saying I have a problem for a long time. See, I've met so many people that say, yeah, I'm powerless, but dash. I've had the same relationship for 30 years. I have $500,000 in my 401k and everything's really been good in my life. And they relapse. Vice versa, I get somebody that says, my life's unmanageable. I've been staying in a basement and going couch surfing and hopping from friend to friend, but I can smoke some weed every now and then. Step one is two separate statements that need to be accepted wholeheartedly. Do you admit you're powerless over alcohol? And that with or without it, your life's still unmanageable. So many people think it's about taking away the drugs and alcohol. And they take it away and they feel like dying. The problem is that using was but a symptom of my disease. Take away the substance, I feel like I'm dying. So what do? You have to replace that something. You have to replace this something of substance and drugs, alcohol, people, money, relationships, whatever you're powerless over, you have to replace that with something with depth and weight. And that's only done by working these steps. I've tried every other way. On page 30 it says, most of us have been unwilling to admit we're real alcoholics, right? So by every form of self-deception. Now I think back and I've been trying to control this disease and realized that this disease was controlling me. And I couldn't get to this point in my life where I had no more reservations until I was done. They have this saying, you reach your bottom when you stop digging. And I really believe that's true. I've met people that think AA is for people that, are homeless or drinking under a bridge. I've also met people that think AA is for quitters. I've met people that think that's none of the above. The fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous is about connection. Now on page 417 of the big book, it talks about acceptance. It's the answer to all my problems today. See, on step one, you see that first word, right? We. They have this saying in Alcoholics Anonymous that, I get drunk and we get sober. But we admit it. How many times did you admit in your life that you had a problem? But deep down inside, really acceptance is the answer. I can admit all day, but until I really accept that I have a problem, there's going to be no hope of change.